let's officially start, you guys. Welcome to the MoonBabes Monday Night Live. Tonight is the late Monday Night Live. I am Sonia G. I'm super excited to be with you guys today. And we're going to talk about some events that are happening in the higher dimensions tonight. This is what I really want to talk to you guys about. Hi from Dubai. Yay, we have all over the world. Super exciting. So I want to talk to you guys about starting to interact with your star team and your star beings, and really kind of accessing a little bit of the higher dimensions and higher frequencies, because a lot of us are starting to interact with the higher dimensions. We're kind of like in and out of different dimensions. And here, I'm still trying to fix my lighting, you guys. Oh, you're so sweet. We Arabs in Dubai love you. Oh, so much love to everyone in Dubai. That makes me happy that you guys are all over. Hi, Hannah. I see you guys joining. Okay, so a lot of us are starting to kind of jump between dimensions, right? And some interesting things are happening. So I'm getting your guys' messages, and like sometimes like you may walk out of your house and maybe like see a tree, and then the next day you walk out of your house and you don't see a tree. Some of these things are starting to happen, or you think you did something and then you didn't really do it. Sometimes the lines get kind of fuzzy, and I want you guys to know that if that's happening to you, it's totally normal. We're just kind of jumping between different dimensions. And so depending on the rate at which you vibrate, you may be like accessing a different realm, right? It's a universe of limitless possibilities, of infinite possibilities. And the truth is, don't get like your mind super caught up in knots over this. But the truth is, anytime that you are in you make a decision. So anytime that you're faced with making a decision, and you can go this way or you can go this way, okay? The energy that you give to a decision actually brings it to life. And so when you're kind of debating it, it's like there's an opportunity split. There's a part of your consciousness that goes and lives out this decision on one side, and then you continue on your decision on this side. And this is where you're conscious of your life right now, right? So what I'm trying to say with that is that you can be interacting with parts of yourselves that are living in a different reality. And if that's happening to you, you're not going crazy. Okay, so this is really what I want to get across to you. Now, what's happening is we're kind of shifting these dimensions because we are we're starting to vibrate higher. So we're starting to have access to more. More is available to us. More information, more light, more knowledge, more experiences, and more understanding. So we have beings that are helping us out from other star systems, from other worlds. And a lot of us by now are familiar with the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are where a lot of us have spent our last lifetime before the lifetime on this planet living. I recently had this download with, so I'm a channel for the Pleiadians. I often connect with them. They're part of my daily meditations, and I wanted to trace back my history, which I can't wait to tell you guys all about how to do this. This is another course that's in the making, but trace back my galactic history throughout, time and space, and different experiences beyond just, this world, and, the where we come from on kind of like a different, going beyond level. So I found out that a lot of us have had lives in the amongst the Pleiades, and this is why a lot of us feel so connected when we talk about the Pleiadians, when we talk about the Pleiades, and I feel like they're probably the most talked about group, even though there's many, right? So we connect and we talk a lot with the Arcturians. We talk a lot with the Andromedas. We talk a lot with the Syrians. I have a strong connections with the Syrians as well. So those of you that have worked with me also work with lots of different beings. So here's the deal. They're starting to come around a lot more because it's time to recognize different frequencies. And so the one thing that startled me when they first started coming around was that I kind of got used to working with my angels. And angels and your spiritual team kind of feel different. So if you're used to kind of feeling, you know, maybe a loved one that passed away, or if you're used to connecting with Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, like your angels and your archangels that you're familiar with, they have more of like an individual, huge frequency, huge love, right? You feel the light, you feel the love from them, but they're like one voice, they're individual. And what happens when you start working with the star beings is that you feel like you're talking to a group, but the group is one. So you feel like you're talking to a collective, but they're coming through in unison. And so it's really strange at first when you start hearing them or when you start feeling them. And the energy is that of a group. And the way that they come through, it just really depends on how you perceive. So some of us communicate visually. So you'll maybe get like flashes of light, and then you'll close your eyes, and then you'll start to see things, you know, with your third eye. And then, you know, some of us will hear things, like you'll hear ringing in your ears, and then you tune into the frequency and you actually hear messages, or you'll see words, or you'll feel feelings, or, you know, like on your skin. So there's lots of different ways that you kind of start tuning into this, and you want to tune into all of your multi-dimensional sensory being when you're dealing with that stuff. Now, if you have angels that you're familiar with, I see one of the questions, are you familiar with Sandalphon? Yes, so Sandalphon is the one that holds our earth star energy. Okay, he's one of the archangels. We have Sandalphon that holds our very bottom of our chakra pillar, and then we have Metatron at the very top at the 13th chakra. So, oh look, the light goes better when I'm up here. So if you're familiar with Sandalphon, if you're familiar with any of the archangels that you work with, you can ask them for an introduction, which I know is kind of interesting, but I know a lot of you are kind of looking for that connection and you have questions, and this is a way of feeling safe. So it's a way that you can feel safe connecting with your star team. And I call them your star team, but really what they are is they're an extension of us. They're like our brothers and sisters on other planets, right? Because we have shared experiences with them before, and they are here to help us with this transition and literally raising our vibration to the point that we shift dimension as an entire planet, as an entire species on a planet, which is a really, really big undertaking. So we have a lot of galactic help. So, yeah, so if you guys have questions about this stuff, I have a feeling that with this equinox, a lot of things are going to shift. So the equinox is when the poles, there's a magnetic field feeling that happens with the poles of the earth. And I mean, they're more like this, but, and it has to do with the magnetic field. Now, our aura is our magnetic field around us. So we respond, even though you may not realize it, to anything that's magnetic. So you will feel like you are impulsed on the equinox. And I think a lot of us are going to actually have access to more after we feel this shift, which really means light was better when you lifted your arms around the crowd. No coincidence. Oh, thanks. How do you work connect with the angels? Okay, so yeah, I should just keep my hands up here, right? See? Hi from the Caribbean. I could see you guys coming in from Australia, from Western Australia, from all over the world. I love it. Thank you for tuning in. And I love that we're having this super international conversation about the interstellar things. That's amazing. So how do you connect with the angels? Connecting with the angels is An internal. So first of all, this is why I preach meditation, because you have to learn how to meditate to tune into yourself. You're not really going to find anywhere outside. You're going to find things inside of you. Okay. So the best thing that you can do, hi from New Zealand. So the best thing that you can do is start tuning in to your third eye right here. Okay. So this is your third eye, where your intuition is, but you go within. So you are going to close your eyes, turn your gaze inwards and upwards. Okay. And activate your intuition. When you go in with your eyes in, turn your gaze inwards. Okay. Go into your heart from your eyes. I know it sounds weird, but the more you do it, it makes sense. Breathe into your heart, connect to your heart, and then you start to expand. And then when you can quiet your mind, and just kind of, the more you start, doing work and working into your senses, then you start connecting with the higher frequencies, and connecting with the angels is super easy because they're always around us. All of us are born with assigned angels and assigned guides. And so, and there are lots of archangels that will just come to you as you call them. Some of the angels and guides, you'll need to earn, per se. So they show up when you reach a certain level. So, Fernando asks, Sonia, do you believe in the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God, like it is written in the Holy Bible? Yeah, I do. I believe that everything that I believe in God. I believe God is the higher being, the creator of all that is, Father, Mother, universe. We all have different ways of referring to God. And a lot of us think of God as a being. God is infinite, though, but it's really hard to wrap our minds around what God is. So it's really easy when we're here in human form to think of God as, a being like we are, because this is our reference point. But our minds are starting to expand, and I think a lot of us are starting to understand. That's why we say universe and God very interchangeably, because God is the universe. The universe is God. Everything is God, right? And the Spirit of God, which I often refer to as spirit, or as the collective of the angels and, the will of God. Everybody at the end, at least the people that we want to interact with, and I call everybody people, but the people that we want to interact with on the other side are people that are serving the highest truth and the divine plan, and the divine plan is God's plan. So it is... this is applying to your train of thoughts, honestly. Oh, good. So yeah, so there's many ways that we can go about it, and it really just depends on what we feel comfortable with. I think in our society, we were also, in one way or another, challenged by religion. And so everybody has to kind of find their way to how it feels true for them, without any conditioning, without any labels. And so the name in itself doesn't matter. It's really how you feel and that connection. And the way that you know that you have it is because it feels like love, and like you don't need anything else, So, yeah. You're raising my energy just speaking about this. My vibration has been low. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I really wanted to come through with whatever you guys needed today. That was my intention. God is universal love and light. He enriches us with energy. That's how I see it. Absolutely. Loved your answer and all that you're saying now. Good. I'm so glad that you guys are relating to this. And so the truth is, whenever you feel down, whenever you feel like my vibe is low, I'm struggling, I'm having a hard time, because a lot of us are coming up on a lot of issues right now. Like I said, with the reset of the equinox coming up, that's where the light and the shadow are in balance, right? The day and the night are the same. A lot of stuff is coming up, especially because we have Venus in shadow period, which is causing us to have a reset of our entire belief system, our boundaries, our love life. There's a lot going on. So you really want to find that connection for yourself. That's the important part. Because at the end of the day, you can turn here, turn there. I mean, and I love that I hope that I share with you guys in a way that inspires you, but you'll find many teachers, and you have to find that thing that resonates with you, because you're responsible for yourself. You have to find that connection for yourself. And when you have that, then you know that, like, no matter what you're doing, if you have to make a hard decision, a hard call, if you're going through the hardest time in your life, but if you have that connection and if you have that knowingness inside of you, then you know that you're on the path. You know that you're on track, and you know that everything is going to work out, because when you're following that and when you're connected to it, then you just know. It's like you just know that even though it's hard, you're meant to do it and you're on the right path. So, okay. I can see that you guys have questions. Oh, thank you guys for the love. Of course, I love sharing with you. How to make good decisions, approach problems during the equinox. Okay, so one of the things that I want to suggest when there's a lot of pressure that comes up is don't make decisions out of triggers. So if you feel like something is kind of poking at you and you kind of feel like you have a reaction to it, take a moment. You know, a lot of people say count to 10. I want to say meditate. Just take a moment and make sure that you are acting and not reacting, right? And so if it feels like love, then you're making a good decision. If it feels like you're stressing about it and you're making a decision out of stress, you probably want to take a little bit more time and reevaluate. But you know, don't make decisions unless you are tuned in. That's probably the best thing. In fact, I want to talk to you guys about how to get connected. And by the way, I do have courses about these things where you can really truly learn how to connect with your entire like chakra pillar, how you can tune into your angels. I know every time I do this, the light switches. But so there's a lot of things that I go into depth with my courses, but make sure you guys that you practice connecting in to the light grid. Okay, so grounding in, whether you are a light worker and maybe you forgot, and I'm here to remind you, whether you are new to this and you're starting to awaken and this is the beginning of your awakening journey, imagine that on the bottom of your feet, okay, you have chakras, and chakras are energy centers, and you want to connect energy to energy with our planet, with the earth. There is energy that runs all around our planet. And the light workers, all of the light workers connect to this grid and we work on it. And this is where we shift things, where we raise the vibration of the planet, where we clear out old timelines. There's a lot of things that happen on there. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're connected to the light. So in the morning when you wake up and you put your feet down from your bed, right? Imagine that you're connecting to light. Take a moment to breathe and connect to light. You know, put your feet in the grass or on the ground, literally, and breathe down and imagine that you are connected to the light of the earth. Don't connect to the chaos of the earth. Don't, it's like you want to go deeper. You want to go spirit to spirit, soul to soul, energy to energy, light to light. Okay. And it can happen from your feet, because then you bring your awareness down and you can actually connect in. And then of course you can meditate and you can connect to your heart, and you want to make sure that your whole system is in balance. But it's really important that we stay grounded and that we are connected in the light. Hang on, incoming messages. This is when the angels actually talk. And a lot of the times when you hear this, it's like, it's like your ear will go on fire all of a sudden and you hear something. So, okay, so let's do it. They actually want me to show you guys how to do a quick meditation, okay? So let's do this. Okay, so everybody take a moment, not if you're driving, depending on where you are, or watch the replay. This will be on YouTube later, okay? So let's take a moment and just center, and I'll show you guys how to do this. So rub your palms together and just create new energy, new positive energy. And then take a deep breath in. Bring your hands together at your heart center, because this is like you want to open up your heart. So put awareness to your heart. Okay, take a deep breath in, close your eyes. And then hold this breath in for just a moment. and exhale. And then when you inhale, breathe. And notice that when we breathe, generally our breath just comes to our neck. So breathe into your heart. Breathe down into your belly button. And then exhale. Okay, so practice breathing all the way into your belly button. Breathe into your Buddha belly, right? So your belly actually expands when you breathe, and then exhale, release. So let's do this a few times together, okay? Inhale through your nose all the way down to your belly button. Hold this breath. And exhale. And inhale. Hold this breath in and imagine pushing your energy upwards to the crown of your head, to your crown chakra, as you hold the breath. And exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold the breath in, squeeze your energy up. Imagine fairies dancing on your crown chakra, activating the divine connection. And exhale. And then one more time, breathe into your feet, okay? So bring your breath all the way down through your belly, your legs, all the way down to your feet. Hold the breath out. Imagine connecting with your light underneath your feet to the earth's light, and then exhale. And then take one more breath and find yourself behind your eyes. And we're back. And you can rub your palms together really quick. But just doing something like that will help you get centered, okay? It has to be in complete silence, like a true monk. You can do it in complete silence. I absolutely love spending time in the silence, and it's an art to be able to hang out in the silence and to find that 0 point field. So talking you guys through it helps you to understand what you need to do, right? And so you just breathe in and you connect to parts of yourself that we don't often connect with our breath, okay? So that will definitely help you. Absolutely, you're welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And it's really quick, and sometimes, you know, we think of meditation like this exhaustive, long, dramatic thing that you have to do, you know, and take all this time and everything, but it did work for the second though. Yeah. So it does help. And if you're having a very stressful moment, if you're having a hard situation, if you're having a moment of anxiety, it totally will help to clear your mind. So if you do something like that, then it will help you to have better decision-making skills, because then you're approaching the situation from a place of being centered. So practice that, and that will help you with the equinox. If you don't do anything else on the equinox, definitely take some time to meditate and connect, at least that way, okay? And oh my gosh, I need a little water. So the other thing too on the equinox, if you guys want to join me remotely for a quantum field meditation, I am going out to the Red Rocks, the Moab Desert, down in southern Utah, to do a dance of light frequency attunement. So this is a DNA activation where we're bringing in the frequency of the equinox. So the higher frequencies that are coming in, we are going to bring them in consciously so that it doesn't throw us off. It doesn't throw us out of our norm thing. We like to do the thing, and we like to integrate the energy so that it doesn't end up giving you physical side effects later, and it takes you a whole season to integrate it. So, because really that's what happens. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry you guys. I have to drink a little longer water. That's better. So what we're doing is integrating these frequencies that are coming in, and you guys can join me remotely, which I'm really excited because this is the first time that we have recorded a meditation that is via the quantum field, and you can join us remotely. And with your name, you send me your full name, and we actually do a full activation with your name. And it's explained more on my website. So if you go on my website, you can find all of the information and the details. And I did get some questions about whether you can do it before the equinox or you can do it after the equinox. And you can do it whenever, because we're linked through the quantum field, and so it's outside of time. So you can actually receive it in the moment that you do it from the time that it is done. That's why we love working in the quantum field. So it's amazing. So I believe I have it set up as of tomorrow. You can actually download the actual meditation. I wanted it to be within a window, within a week's window of the actual equinox. But you can go to my website. It's moonbabetribe.com. So it's www.moonbabetribe.com, and look at the Dance of Light. It is a channeled dance of light taught to one of my teachers, Chantel Nicole, from the Pleiadian Council of Light. And so we are actually tuning into the frequencies of the Pleiadian Council, and that's who we're working with. So that's what you will be doing if you join us. And I would love to have you guys. I would love to have as many people as possible throughout the world joining us in this meditation. We're going to raise the vibe of the planet. We're going to integrate the new frequencies. We're going to feel so much better afterwards, because it's kind of like right now we're in this boiling pot. So do I believe in just 7 chakras? No, I don't. I actually have a core. I believe we have 7 chakras in the body, but we do have 13 chakras that land all the way up through the dimensions. And I do have a course where I teach about that actually in specifics, and you learn how to project your consciousness and work through all of your chakras and tune into all of your senses and develop your intuition, working with the angels, working with the higher realms, and your intuitive multidimensional self. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining me. I see you saying good night. Hi to everybody that has chatted through. I like to keep my train of thoughts, but I see you guys popping on. So thank you for joining me tonight for the late Monday Night Live. It was really late tonight. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope to see you in the quantum field for the equinox. Make sure that you drink lots of water, because we're integrating electricity, okay? And my courses are, yes, I do have different courses, and they're priced differently. This meditation that I'm doing for the equinox, for the remote, to join remotely or digitally via the quantum field, it's $33. So I try and make my things as affordable as possible. Sending you guys love and light. I see the love. Bye, Omar. Bye, guys. I will see you in the quantum field. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Love you guys. Mwah. Have a great night.